Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. Peace to you and your families today. I wanted to spend a few minutes this morning just thinking about giving. I've been on a little course this week. It's been 6 hours with people from across Europe and across America thinking about the journey of generosity. So it's called Jog for short. And it's only jogging I've done this week. So 2 Corinthians 8 verse 7 says, excel in the grace of giving, and that was the headline for this course that I've been on. And then chapter 9, 2 Corinthians chapter 9, then elaborates more, and we look at these verses a lot as a church. But as did this course, it helps you realize the culture you're in terms of giving, the church culture that you have. And as I took part in this course, I thought, well, we're not a church where people put just the minimum into the offering bag. People give generously, and throughout my time in city life, I've always been overwhelmed by the generosity and grace there is in giving. But this is a fresh reminder, I think, during this time, because as things are difficult around, we can easily get caught up into a different mindset around money, around worrying about the future, or around even having more money available if you've been able to save through this time. And so we get into a different way of thinking about money, and so I thought this was really good just to come back to these couple of chapters. So I'd encourage you to look at 2 Corinthians chapter 8 and chapter 9 and just think again, what does it mean for me to excel in the grace of giving? And chapter 9 and the verses that we often look at City Life, because we do teach around this, that whoever sows sparingly will reap sparingly, whoever sows generously will reap generously, and God is able to bless us, it says in that chapter, abundantly, so that in all things at all times, having all that you need, you will abound in every good work. As it is written, this is from Psalm 112, they have freely scattered their gifts to the poor, their righteousness endures forever. And then he who supplies seed to the sower and bread for food will also supply and increase your store of seed and enlarge the harvest of your righteousness. I want to take a few minutes just to think about if we are worried, as we've talked about a lot through these couple of months, then really believe and know that God cares for you, that he has got everything you need. He is the supplier. And I think whether we're saving at this time or whether we're worrying, that to know that God is the supplier is phenomenal truth, isn't it, from this chapter? And so lean into that and believe God for that. If you are struggling, then we have got funds available from the church, and we can do food bank vouchers for people you might know as well that might need help. So do call on us if there's anyone we can help. But more than that today, I think it's knowing that us as a church, this is what we've been living in the last month, that we have scattered our gifts to the poor. There's been hundreds of families around the city that we've been able to support through the gifts that we've had, that God has given to us. It's not from us that we've had it, that God has blessed us abundantly so that we're able to give to other people. And so all of the people that were on the streets and went into bed and breakfast, we've funded that work over the last couple of months. I was on a call last night with Uppy and a team of others who have taken out food at the weekends to people who are still out on the streets and supporting them. Generous people who have given out of their own pockets to make sure that those people are fed, and they have been hungry as we've been out there. So it is fresh for us, is scattered gifts that we have. I wanted to finish with this. What does it mean for us to excel in the grace of giving? There are ways that we could give afresh, maybe just to our neighbour, maybe to charities that have been struggling at this time, maybe just in our hearts, just to say again to God, God, you supply all my needs, and help me to be warm to your prompting to give to others, that I might excel in the grace of giving. So I am proud to be part of this City Life family, to be part of this generous crowd, and let's not let any weeds grow up amongst us at this time. It's talked about in the parable. So let's not be people that are choked by the cares of this world, but rather let us continue to be fruitful as we give generously from what God has given to us. And thanks be to God, as it says at the end of that chapter, for his indescribable gift to us.